Hi, I'm Kelly Elliott. Welcome to Free Your Life and this instructional video, How to Do Tapping EFT. Today I'm going to show you the basics of EFT tapping, otherwise known as the Emotional Freedom Technique, as a small stepping stone to the Free Your Life method, a secret healing technique for the life of your dreams that is light years beyond any method that's out there today. It quickly removes the root of any issue, whether it be your finances, your health, your career, your relationships, your self-esteem, or even your love life. So I hope you're excited to begin this journey with me. Let's get started doing some tapping. So tapping is really useful because what it does is it allows our emotions to come up and rise to the surface and then release. And most of us are not used to feeling our feelings. So that's how tapping helps us move to the Free Your Life method, because we need to be able to feel our feelings first in order to let them go. So we're going to get started. How about with today? Think of something that might have pushed your buttons or made you upset or a little bit angry, something like that. See if you can tune into that now. So what did you feel? Just replay that scenario in your head. And if you can't, if that's not really drumming up feelings, then find something else that will. Because the goal is for you to experience what happens with your emotions when you start tapping. And now, where do you feel it? Is it in your stomach, your chest, your throat, your head, or so on? And now, how intense is it? You're going to rate that feeling on a scale of 0 to 10. So 10 would be the most intense or the most uncomfortable, and 0 would be completely neutral. And now we're going to make a setup phrase. And setup phrases typically sound like this. Even though I feel, and that's a general feeling, because, and that's the situation, and I feel it in my, and that's wherever you feel it in your body. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So let me give you an example. Even though I feel so upset because my boss yelled at me, and I feel it in my stomach, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. If you aren't exactly sure where you feel it in your body, that's okay. And for now, if you'd rather say, I'm learning to accept myself, or I accept myself anyways, that is just fine. Because for some of us, saying I deeply and completely love and accept myself is a little bit hard. So, by acknowledging the problem, we are allowing it to have a voice. We are getting rid of any resistance, because what you resist will persist. So we just need to acknowledge that problem and allow it to be there. We're going to tap on the karate chop point. So I'm going to show you right now the karate chop point. We're going to tap on it and we're going to say our setup phrase. Even though I'm so upset because my boss yelled at me and I feel it in my stomach, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm so upset because my boss yelled at me and I feel it in my stomach, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we're just going to repeat that 2 or 3 times. Now let's take a look at the other points that we're going to use for tapping. So you can see there is the eyebrow point, the side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone point, and under the arm. And we're going to leave the top of the head point just for now. We're not going to worry about that one. Now there's 2 points that are a little bit tricky. The collarbone point is just about 1 inch or 2 from your sternum underneath your collarbone. So you'll see that there's like a little divot there. So that's exactly where you need to be touching. And then the other point is about a hand's width underneath your arm. So let's get started with our tapping of the other points. So what you're going to do is you're going to begin tapping on the eyebrow point, and you're going to tap around 7 times, and you're going to say a few what we call reminder phrases out loud, things that help to remind you of the problem. And I don't want you to get hung up on what to say. The most important part is how you feel. And as long as the words you use evoke feeling within you or tune you into the issue, your tapping is going to be effective. Now you'll notice that some of the points are on both sides of the body, and some people like to tap on both points at the same time. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. For me personally, I just tap on each point as I go down either my left side or my right side. You can choose which either one. So I'm going to show you now how we do these reminder phrases. So here's my example. I'm so upset. How could he talk to me like that? It really hurts. He yelled at me. I feel it in my stomach. He was so disrespectful. How could he do that to me? Now you're going to stop there and again, just see how intense is that feeling. Rate it on a scale from 0 to 10. Now hopefully either the feelings have gone up or gone down. If they've gone up, that's a good sign because it means we're really getting at the feelings. And if they've gone down, that's a good sign too. So now that you've rated the intensity of your feelings, you're going to do more rounds of tapping if they're higher than 0. And you're going to repeat the setup phrase and the reminder phrases and you're going to keep doing it until eventually it feels completely gone or completely neutral. So you're going to do it over again. Now this time you can change that setup phrase to even though I have this remaining, and whatever that feeling is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So in my case, it would be even though I have this remaining hurt feeling because my boss yelled at me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now pay attention as you're doing this to any random thoughts or images or words that may be going through your mind. They may seem unrelated at times, but it's usually your subconscious giving you some clue as to when the feelings were originally created in your body. Because for most of us, the feelings that we're experiencing today are actually old feelings that were never processed, most likely when we were really young. So make sure you tune into that. So hopefully you've experienced what it feels like to have your emotions rise up in your body, feel them intensify, and then leave you. That's the whole goal of tapping. If things get intense, please keep tapping. That's the #1 rule. You don't stop. Don't stop in the middle. You've got to see it through to the end. If you begin, you've got to see it through. So the #1 rule is definitely you've got to keep tapping. And what you might find while you do this, you might find yourself yawning or crying. You might just feel tension release in your body. You might feel thirsty. You might feel energy moving through you like chills. Those are all good signs that energy is being released and emotions are clearing from you. So pay attention to those feelings because that's going to make you feel like, oh yes, this is working. It's also important to stay well hydrated. So make sure after you've done any tapping that you drink lots of water and get some rest. Because sometimes these feelings will actually process later. They can process maybe during the day, within a couple hours, or even overnight. So you might notice that the next day you feel differently. Okay, let's recap what we did. So we figured out something that was bothering us, whether it was something making us feel stressed or upset or sad. Then we tuned in, where is that feeling in my body and how intense is it? Then we made our setup phrase, and while tapping on the karate chop point, we did that 2 or 3 times. We said it 2 or 3 times. Then you moved on to your reminder phrases, and you reminded yourself of those feelings. I'm so upset. He yelled at me, and so on, until you made your way all the way down and finally to under the arm. Then you checked in with yourself again. How intense is that feeling? If it was higher than 0, you were going to repeat the process. Do your setup phrase and then your reminder phrases while tapping on the points all the way down. So I hope you've learned a little bit more about the basics of tapping. The next video in the Free Your Life Transformation Toolkit is tapping more effectively. So I'm going to show you how to take tapping a little bit deeper, which is going to prepare us for the Free Your Life method, which is so easy and it gets to the root of any problem and removes it completely and permanently. So thanks for watching this video. I'm Kelly Elliott from Free Your Life. If you haven't checked out my website yet, it's www.freeyourlife.ca, where you can find more information on the Free Your Life Transformational Toolkit, as well as the Free Your Life Method. Have a great day.